I never was that little girl who would be screaming and hollering while my mama was combing into my head. Now, me at my big grown age of 21, I am tender-headed. So much hair that refuses to lock. I said I want medium to small locks, and she gave me a crooked middle part. Let's talk about it. So before you go ahead and think about putting them locks in your head, listen up. While I spill the tea, I'm going to also be combing out my locks. My armpits are not shaved. Don't judge. Okay, so starting off with the first one. No matter how many times someone tells you,
don't expect your locks to look like somebody else's,
you need to listen to them. You need to listen to them hard, because I didn't. I had my little board on Pinterest, and y'all, I was really ready. Like, I was ready for my locks to look like someone else's. And it's like, now that I've had my set and I realize how my locks look, I really wish that I wouldn't have expected them to look like someone else's. Because 3 years later, I'm looking at my locks, and then I'm looking at my Pinterest board, and I'm like, what happened to those locks? I wanted those. And I'm not saying that I don't like the way my locks matured, but in a way, I don't like the way my locks matured. If I were you, I would honestly just stay away from Pinterest. Like, I know the temptation to want to go on Pinterest and want to find all the hairstyles, and you know, it makes you excited, but I would honestly just focus on your journey and your journey alone. Moving along to the second one, the frizz. I don't know if y'all seen those girls with just perfectly neat locks. They have no frizz. That's how I wanted mine to be. But my frizz is out of control. Okay, after year one, I was like, okay, I still got a little bit of frizz, but that's no biggie. You know, it's just been a year. I'm gonna get past this. Then year two came, and I was like, I still got a little bit of frizz. Like, when is this frizz gonna go? We kind of been here a little too long. And now we're on year 3. Actually, it might be 4 years already, because I got my locks done in October. So it's been 4 years. Don't get me wrong, I know locks are not a neat style. Locks aren't always going to look perfectly neat because they're locks. It's just a plait of dead hair. Like, it's not gonna look neat. But I was told that my frizz would go into my locks and I wouldn't have to worry about frizz once they're mature. Fully matured locks. But the frizz is still with me. Moving on to the third one. This one kind of goes into the last one with the frizz, but this is different. I'm talking about all that hair in the front of my head that never wanted to lock. Should I show y'all? I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all. I really didn't want to do this. I have a lot of edge control already because I wanted to look presentable in this video at least. I have a lot of hair, so much hair that refuses to lock. And don't just sit here and tell me that this is baby hair. I don't want it. I wanted it to lock so bad, and I tried, y'all. I really tried to give my hair the opportunity to go into my lock. I tried to retwist it. Every time I got a fresh retwist, I was so happy because my hair was tamed in the front. And then once I washed my hair, it was done. The excluded, she came to fight. Like, she was ready. This also ties into the frizz that was all over my head. That did not. It's just, with my set, I had a lot of excluded hair that I really wanted to be included. I really wanted her to fit in. I remember I got a comment on one of my videos of somebody saying, well, you should be lucky that you have a lot of hair in the front because those are baby hair, and a lot of people, their baby hair thins out when they have locks. You know what? You do have a point. Like, I'm glad I'm not bald. Next up, we got the set. The set is the most important thing you should be thinking about before you get your locks. What is the set? I'm talking about the whole set of your locks. How many you're getting, how big or small you want your locks to be. Everything about the set you need to be worried about. I didn't know that I should really consider the type of person who would be putting my set into my head. The person that I went to, first of all, she didn't even make my middle part an actual middle part. I had a schmiddle part. I wish she would have made my set smaller because the way that my locks matured and they got thicker. But of course, I didn't care because I was still happy that I had locks, so I wasn't tripping over it. But I would definitely consider your set, and you better let them know, look, I want my set to be like this. You better show them a picture. I don't even think I showed her a picture. I said I want medium to small locks, and she gave me a crooked middle part. You already know at that point I was screwed. A part of me was going to take down my locks and get micro locks because that's what I wanted. I wanted a smaller set of locks, but I'm kind of at the point where I want to try something different, go into a different stage of life. Get into it. I want to grow my natural hair down to my booty. Was that too much? If you want small locks, make sure that your locks are smaller than what you imagine your matured lock would look like, because it's gonna mature and it's gonna be thicker, it's gonna be bigger. Okay. Now let's move on to the last one. I saved this one for last because this one is a serious one. I need you to tune in. When people say,
Oh yeah, you're just gonna get a little tender-headed once you get locks.
you better listen to them. You better take them seriously, because I'm gonna let y'all know that pain is not no joke. I never was tender-headed. I never was that little girl who would be screaming and hollering while my mama was combing into my head. I sat there like a good girl. Now, me at my big grown age of 21, I am tender-headed. And it is because of my locks. And I'm honestly still trying to figure out the science behind it. I don't know if it's because when my locks matured, they got thicker and now they pull at my scalp more. I really need somebody to leave in the comments if they know why we get so much more tender-headed when we're locked. Now, I can barely put my hair in a half up, half down, okay? I'm popping ibuprofens. I'm stressed. And like, I'll see people joke about it on TikTok, like, yeah, I'm a lot more tender-headed, da-da-da-da. I used to make jokes about it. I used to think it was cute. Like, oh, I'm different. I have locks now. I'm a little tender-headed, but it's nothing. It's something. It's a type of pain that gradually creeps up on you. You'll have your hair in a cute little ponytail. You're like, ooh. I must have been watching a little too much TV. I got a little pressure behind my eyes. And then you like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. You got a full-blown headache, and it's because of your hair. At that point, that's when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and comb my locks out. But don't get me wrong, I loved every moment of my locks up until like the last couple months. There are so many good factors to having locks, but there are also those things that you gotta look out for. Because I was super impulsive when it came to my locks. I got them installed the same week that I wanted them. Like, if that's not impulsive, I don't know what is. I really had no time to sit and think, and if I would have seen this video, I really would have been like, let me really think about it. But knowing me, I probably still would have got them, because a lot of things, you have to experience it. If you're anything like me, a couple of cons is not gonna change your mind. You're gonna get them because you want them. But you definitely should consider those cons just in case, because locks, of course, are a permanent style. Well, they're not too permanent. Y'all, look at how much length I was able to retain while combing out my locks. This is absolutely insane. Look at the length of my lock compared to the length of my natural hair. How crazy. If you are in the process of combing out your locks, I can give you a detailed tutorial on how to retain length, because y'all do not know how many videos I've seen of people combing out their locks and they've lost half of their length, and it makes me cringe. It makes me so sad, because I'm like, baby, I know you could have retained a little bit more length. I cracked the code, I figured out how to, and I can show y'all in a different video. But if you are planning on getting locks, I'm so excited for you. I'm excited for your journey. I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace out.